UFC Vegas 102 is an Apex card, but it's a very good Apex card. We have a really fun main event, a very interesting co-main event, and a whole bunch of exciting fights through and through. My name is Angelo. This is We Want Picks. I'm going to give you my bets for UFC Vegas 102. Before I give you the bets, let me remind you we have an app. And the reason I'm going to remind you is in a few minutes, I'm about to show you a bet that I got for minus 115. That if you wanted to get it right now, it would be minus 350. But if you had the app and you had notifications turned on, you would have gotten a notification on your phone that said, Angelo just placed this bet. And you would have seen the bet. You would have seen the odds. And if you like it, you could have hopped on it while it still made sense. If you didn't like it, it's fine. You put your phone down, you move on. But you didn't miss out on the value. The app is 100% free. It's available in the App Store now. Just search We Want Picks, download the app, and you are off to the races. Obviously, make sure your notifications are turned on. That app will give you access to every single thing that we do. And if you're a premium member, it'll give you access to everything that we do for an entire month. This month, if you sign up right now, on February 13th, you will have full access to the picks, the bets, the tools, and everything else for 4 cards. You're going to get UFC Vegas 102. You're going to get UFC Seattle next week. You're going to get UFC Vegas 103 the week after that with Manel Kopp. And then you're going to get UFC 313. You're going to get a pay-per-view. You're going to get 3 really good fight nights. Everything's included. It's only $10 a month. Just go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. It'll give you full access to every single one of our bets, including the Safety Parlay, which has a 43% ROI. It'll give you access to all of the tools, like the Data Analyzer that has a full tape index so you can do your own tape study or drill into the details and the metrics. You're going to have access to the line movement tracker, which gives you opening odds, current odds, win probability, and line movement for every fighter on every card. You're going to have access to the Prop Hunter, a curated set of data specifically designed to help you find prop bets. And you're going to have access to everybody, not just me. You'll get Jacob, BetSam, Artem, the artificial intelligence. The list of things included in premium membership is honestly absurd. It is by far the greatest value in this space. There's nothing remotely close. It's $10 a month. That's $2.50 an event. Think about that. All the tools I just listed, the 15 ones I didn't list, all the picks, all the bets, everything, $2.50 an event. I'm in the volume business. We wanted to create the greatest product on this planet at an incredible value so that we would get thousands and thousands and thousands of members, and we are well on our way. In 2024, premium membership was the greatest value on this planet. It was pretty universally agreed upon by the people who use premium membership. In 2025, we added more things and kept the price exactly the same. WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. It's $10. If you value your time and do your own research, use the tools. If you just want to check out the bets and see what's going on, use that. If you want to check out regional promotions, not just UFC, check out Artem's page. $10. Insane the value. Insane. Let's go ahead and talk about this card specifically. Rant is over. There's a chapter. And also, for the weirdo that comments every single week, why is Jacob on the thumbnail? Stop baiting us, whatever the hell it is. Buddy, listen. If you haven't figured out by now that it's just me in this video, that's on you. That's on you. And I imagine Darwinism will take over and eventually you'll walk outside, get smacked by a bus. The reason Jacob's thumbnail or picture is on the thumbnail is because his bets are in this video. He also used to be in this video with me, and now he's not. Grow up, move on. It's a picture. Let's talk about the actual fight card itself. I'll show you the bets in a second. Let's talk in generalities. There's a lot of favorites on this card that I do like. There's also a lot of underdogs that I like. I think the odds on this card are crazy. I think most of them are way too wide. A lot of them don't make any sense. And when you have those crazy odds, you create an environment where you're needing to parlay things and put things together to get some value. Or you're looking at an underdog who maybe you wouldn't believe in normally, but because the odds are so crazy, it's like, hey, they could pull this off with these numbers. So my advice to you on this card is be careful. Be careful. Some cards are easy to bet on. Some cards are hard. This card feels very trap heavy. It feels almost too easy. It feels like there's just too many obvious spots, which means there's always some Kevin Gisay loser that's going to screw it up for you. Rafael Estevam, I don't think he'll be that guy. He is minus 450 right now. You can get better odds at BetOpenly. I think Rafael Estevam can dominate this fight. I think he's the better striker. I think he's certainly the better wrestler. The only thing he has to worry about is getting his neck snatched up because Jesus Aguilar is just somehow a guillotine machine. But I think he'll be totally fine. I think he'll bomb away on the feet. I think he'll get takedowns with his tin chucked. And when I said tin chucked, I meant chin tucked. And I think he'll be totally fine. I'm not worried about him. Obviously, there may be a few like, oh God, get your head out type moments. But other than that, I think Rafael Estevam gets it done. This might look like when Jasmine Jasudavicius just put an absolute beating on Mayra Bueno Silva. She was in a couple of tight submissions, worked her way through, and just broke that woman. That's what that fight might look like. Jacqueline Cavalcante. Listen, the odds took off here. When she was minus 300, minus 400, made a lot of sense. Minus 730, it's like, okay, let's relax. Let's relax a little bit because she should win this fight. But the reality is, she's coming off a couple of split decisions. She's not exactly Amanda Nunes breaking women in half. She's winning fights because she's just a little better. What should help here is she's fighting a mom with long layoff, multiple years out of the cage, who wasn't ever that good. Julia Vila, her opponent, though, is tough. She is a gamer, decent jiu-jitsu. Weird things could happen here, but I do think Jacqueline Cavalcante gets it done. She's 10 years younger. She's stronger. She's faster. She'll move forward. As long as she doesn't end up taken down and on her back, I think she'll be totally fine. Jared Gordon has a brand new opponent. Nurzulton. I'm not even going to attempt the first name. Go watch the full breakdown video if you want to see us break down that fight. I'm not even going to think about the first name. But Jared Gordon should win this fight. He had a full fight camp. And Jared Gordon's a good fighter. Durable kid, can wrestle, can strike, can do all the things. He's fighting a very wild fighter. The Ruzaboyev brother comes forward, bombs overhands, and just goes crazy. He does get hit a lot, though. He gets hit a ton, honestly. He's taking it on short notice. He's a decent-sized guy. Weight cut could be a problem. He's sloppy as hell. He gets hit a lot. Jared had a full fight camp, durable dude, super tough. You're going to look at his record, but he got screwed potentially in his last fight against Nasrat Haqparast. He got screwed in the Paddy Pimblett decision. Jared Gordon can and should win this fight. Jose Delgado, young prospect, UFC debut. He might be the one that burns everybody. It might be him. We've seen young prospects and UFC debuts do this time and time again. Cody Steele did it last week to a whole lot of people. I do think Jose Delgado can win here. He's also fighting somebody who's winless in the UFC. He's fighting somebody who was just chinned in his last fight. Jose Delgado has power. He's got wrestling. Like, he's got all the skills. On paper, he should win this fight. I do think he wins this fight. A couple of notable names not on the most confident favorite list, and you can do with that information what you please. Some solid underdogs. Ketlin Souza is an underdog. She was a full plus money underdog last week. I've been picking her since then. Then it got all the way to dead even, minus 110, minus 110. And now she's back to a dog at minus 108. You get like minus 115 or minus something like that for Angela Hill. Angela Hill is the favorite here, but I think Ketlin Souza gets it done. Andre Petroski, listen, I see the comments. I get it. He's washed. That guy's been gone for years. He's tucks. He's terrible. No chin. He knocked himself out shooting a takedown. It's embarrassing. It's a joke. I agree with every single one of those statements. But maybe it's just my soft spot for wrestlers. I think Andre Petroski can get takedowns. And if he gets a takedown, I fully understand. A lot of you are like, but why would he take down a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion? Because Rodolfo Vieira, while he is a phenomenal Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, it's on top. He's not a guy that off his back is going to be doing all sorts of beautiful, wild submissions and sweeps. That's just not what he's going to do. Andre Petroski is also not Edmund Shabazian or whatever the hell, just straight striker with no other skills. Andre Petroski can wrestle and has very good jiu-jitsu. So I think in a world, Andre Petroski could get takedowns, stay safe, wear out the questionable cardio having Rodolfo Vieira, and could sneak out a win here. Am I betting on it? No. Picks and bets are not the same thing. This is a general conversation. Dylan Budka, exact same thing. Dylan Budka could absolutely win this fight. He's fighting somebody who has proven they can't defend takedowns. Literally, just dude was winning his last fight, got taken down, submitted, done. And Dylan Budka is a accomplished wrestler. Have we seen all of that inside the cage? Not entirely. He took down Cesar Almeida 3 times, who's a phenomenal striker. So now he's fighting as somebody who isn't as good of a striker, has 0 takedown defense whatsoever. And I imagine Dylan Budka, in a world, could get some takedowns and win this fight. I'm actually picking Dylan Budka to win, and I think he can win. And it's pretty straightforward game plan. He's not necessarily a guy that you can plant your flag and trust necessarily, but I think he can get it done. And I think it's worth a stab. And we do have some premium prop bets with him in there. And then Nazim Sadikov. Nazim Sadikov is very, very good. He's a very, very good fighter. I understand he's fighting a Bonfim brother. But I think we've realized at this point that the Bonfim brothers are very good, but they're not world beaters. At least not yet. Nazim Sadikov has great striking. He can set a great pace. He's got decent takedowns. He's also a very tough, durable guy who can't be broken. His last 3 wins all have like caveats to them. He was losing them all and then managed to push forward and make something happen. And while that's a bit frustrating, right? He's losing the fight. It's hard to trust somebody that's constantly losing. But at the same time, he's pushing through. He's turning the tables. When he fought Evan Elder, he was losing. Was able to land the strike to slice him open to get the TKO from the cut. When he was fighting Terrence McKinney, he was losing. And then he was able to keep it together. Stay busy, stay active, and break Terrence McKinney. In his fight against Vyacheslav Borishev, that was a draw, but he was losing bad. And then he drops Vyacheslav, gets a bunch of takedowns going, sets a crazy pace, makes it happen. So I think Nazim Sadikov, much like my dog who was having Scout, who was snoring and having weird dreams, I think Nazim Sadikov can make this happen. Let's look at the actual bets. Your eyes are going to be drawn to this ticket in the middle. What that ticket in the middle is a full unit. For me, a unit's $100. And that is my ticket on Calvin Kattar and Yusuf Zalal. And it's essentially a Yusuf Zalal win inside the distance decision, no action. That is minus 115. I put the ticket here because people can't believe that those are the odds. Jacob gave me the tip. Said, hey, this inside the distance decision, no action bet's minus 115 right now. And I said, that's crazy. I immediately threw $100 on it and immediately sent an alert to the app. So everybody who had the app got the alert on their phone. And if they liked the bet, they tailed it. If they didn't, that's fine. Those odds right now, if you're like, that is a good bet, it's minus 350. And you don't need to be Goodwill Hunting to do the math there. The difference between minus 110 and minus 350 quite literally pays for your premium membership depending on your unit size. It's that simple. That's the difference. The difference between being a premium member and getting a bet 4 days ago versus waiting for it now and like, hey, let me check out the free video is paying for premium membership. If that bet hits, could have had free premium. That's on you, you poor, cheap losers. Effectively, what that bet is saying is if Yusuf Zalal is able to finish Calvin Kattar, you hit, you win, you make some money. If he loses a decision or even wins a decision, you get a full refund. The only way you lose money here is if Calvin Kattar, who doesn't finish anybody, somehow finishes Yusuf Zalal. That's the only way you lose money. You win money if Yusuf Zalal, the gentleman on a 6-fight finish streak, can take down and submit or TKO Calvin Kattar. Then I have a parlay here. I mentioned this. The odds on this card are a little tricky. You can see I only have 4 units out the door. We have a whole bunch of other premium bets I'll show you in a second. But me, personally, only 4 units out the door. I'm looking at the card. There's nothing I love. I took the people I'm confident in. I bet on I don't want to be overly exposed to any one fighter. So I took the lady fights. We parlayed the over on rounds there. None of them are particularly dangerous. Julia Vila is tough. So I imagine she just takes her beating and she ends up going to a decision. Hill is not dangerous. Souza can be, but Hill is also very durable. I imagine that goes to a decision as well. Those 2 lady fights together to go to a decision, minus 187. Then I took Jared Gooden and Jose Delgado. Jared Gordon, I mentioned and did the whole breakdown why I think he wins, and I did the same thing for Jose Delgado. We got a young prospect. We got an established guy fighting somebody on short notice. I think this hits minus 158. And then we have the safety parlay. This is a very unsafe sport. This is a very volatile sport. This sport is chaotic. Betting on this sport can be wildly frustrating. Just go watch my vlog and see my live reaction to Kevin Gisette trying to win a staring contest. The safety parlay, historically, is the beacon of stability. Is it going to hit every week? Of course not. There's not a single person on this planet that puts up one bet every week and says it hits. Nobody. It's an impossible task. Is it hitting at remarkable accuracy? It absolutely is. And this week, we almost have even money for the safety parlay at minus 106. You can unlock the safety parlay right now at WeWantPicks.com. And here is the app. Just search We Want Picks in the App Store. Get the push notifications. You don't want to miss out on value. And here's a premium teaser. So I've adjusted this slide a little bit. It used to be just Jacob's teaser. But now that we have BetSam putting up bets on the board, and I'm putting up bets, and Jacob's putting up bets, we have a lot of bets on the board. We have 25 total units of bets on the board right now for you to take a look at. The expectation is not go look at 25 units worth of bets and just tail them all. That's not the expectation. What you should be doing is taking a look at the bets. Identify yourself with who you trust more or who you like. I'm the most level in the crew. I'm the non-risk taker. I probably hit my bets at a higher accuracy long-term than the other two do, but maybe my total units back is a little lower because I'm not risking a ton of money and I'm not chasing wild prop bets. So when you see my bets, it's like, okay, steady Eddie. Jacob is a bit of a hybrid. He's got some straight money lines, but he's also chasing some props. He's got a plus 1,300 prop bet on here. Vince Morales to win by submission. Those odds are long gone as well. Still solid plus money. And then you got BetSam. BetSam is interesting because BetSam will do safe bets and then throw big units on them. And then he'll also look at some prop bets. I'm looking at BetSam's bets right now. He has a plus 350, plus 500, plus 450, plus 250, plus 5, plus 375, plus 320. BetSam has also been doing insanely well. He's got a parlay here at minus 154. We got Nazim Sadikov at plus 127, the money line. So if you want to check out all of the bets, every single bet from every single person, you can do so now. Go to We Want Picks, click Become a Member. You'll unlock everything we do, all the tools, the picks, the bets. And I recommend you look at the bets. You identify yourself with a betting style. Oh, this is interesting. Ooh, I like that prop bet. Ooh, that's interesting. Those are good odds. Grab your spots, and you're heading off to the races. Here's a look at BetOpenly. I opened this whole thing up with confident favorites and underdogs, and I showed you the odds, the regular sportsbook odds. We use BetOnline, and then BetOpenly odds. BetOpenly is not a sportsbook. It's peer-to-peer, human-to-human betting. If I lose a bet, there's a real person that got my money. If I win a bet, I took it from a real person. It's not a casino trying to steal us all. It's person versus person. And because of that, they don't need to build in profit. They don't care who wins or loses. They make the exact same amount of money no matter what, which is 1% of the winnings. So you can check them out if you do want better odds. Cards like this, where we have minus 700 favorites, minus 600 favorites, the discount you'll get going to BetOpenly could very well be worth it. Check them out at BetOpenly.com or WeWantPicks.com/BetOpenly. And finally, if you want $50, we'll send you $50. We have sportsbook partners. Each one of those partners offers their own bonus and their own welcome. And then we add a little cherry on top because we'll make some commission. If you use our affiliate links to sign up with one of the sports books and you make an account, you make a deposit, they're going to pay us. And I'm going to slice off some of that money and give it right back to you. It's just that simple. So you can check all that out at WeWantPicks.com/bets. You got to use the link, obviously. If we don't get paid, how could I pay you? WeWantPicks.com/bets. Thank you guys so much. Genuinely appreciate every single one of you. Good luck this weekend. I'm looking forward to a decent fight card. I love these stretches. I love the no breaks. We can hit a nice rhythm. Good luck to all of us this weekend.